everyone. Here's what's coming up tonight on News Center Now. Teen vaping is on the rise. The 3 things parents can look for.
And on the eve of Thanksgiving, we'll check out what one Maine woman is extremely thankful for.
And what we're thankful for. This is News Center Now. That just won't quit. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Mills.
And I'm Lee Goldberg. Snow squalls coming and going and coming and going. And when is it going to end? Is it going to end? Why do we have to talk to this guy?
So many questions.
A lot of questions.
He's here. Come on, man.
You got that from your kids, didn't you?
Come on.
Dad, why this?
Yeah.
When is it going to end? No, not in the near term, though. We've got more snow out there. Snow squall warning. This is new this year, implemented just to give people an idea of how bad these snow squalls can be, and that's what this shaded pink area zone is there. That's a snow squall moving through. A lot of them across the state kind of split the uprights a bit in the Portland area. Didn't see anything all that heavy here, but Windham saw quite a bit. Gorham saw quite a bit of snow as well in just a short period of time. This is the one that's still warned. Look at that. That's pretty nasty. On the way to Wiscasset, on the way to just north of Brunswick here. That snow is probably coming down at about 1.5 inches an hour. The good news is it won't be there an hour, but still, this is really messy stuff here on the way to parts of the mid-coast. And then Augusta just done with it, another light area to the north, and more snow squalls and showers up across northern Maine. Bangor seeing 1 of 2. These are relatively lighter compared to what's going on down to the south. But again, the National Weather Service decided this year to start snow squall warnings because they're so impactful when it comes to accidents. People just don't seem to be ready for them the same way they are with snow days. All right, so there's the snow squall activity moving offshore. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it's now out of down east, and then temperatures plummet tonight into the single digits pretty much everywhere, perhaps to 0 or below in the mountains. And that's the story for Thanksgiving. A really good looking day on Thanksgiving. If you don't want to go outside, you'll think it's a great day. But if you go outside, it's in the single digits in the middle of the day in the mountains, teens even along the coastline. So very cold stuff. Guys, record-breaking cold, which is amazing if you think about it because this is an early Thanksgiving. I do have at least a little good news that Lee will probably like later.
Well, I'm excited for that. We'll let you come back for that one.
Hold on to that little sliver of good news there.
That's right. That's good stuff.
All right.
All right. A lifelong smoker says that following doctor's orders actually ended up saving his life. Last night we heard the urgent message from a Maine grandfather for smokers to get screened because this is Lung Cancer Awareness Month.
Now, a critical new concern from the American Lung Association that we're possibly at risk of losing another generation to tobacco-caused diseases as the popularity of e-cigarettes grows among high school and middle school students. So now we're hearing and we're sharing the 3 things parents need to know from a medical expert in Maine. More than 2 million teens use e-cigarettes, battery-powered devices that heat liquid-based nicotine into an inhalable vapor.
There's actually a significant proportion of children in middle school vaping.
Dr. Colby Wyatt is a pediatric pulmonologist at Maine Medical Center.
It is very prevalent in all of the schools around here.
He says in the last 2 years, he and his colleagues have started asking patients additional questions about smoking and vaping, to include marijuana and e-cigarettes.
When you ask about it, they say no, and then when you ask follow-up questions, it comes out that they're doing it.
He says from what he's seen, vaping in the last 1.5 years has been a big part of what's hospitalized kids. That includes teens with cystic fibrosis, and he says it's affected their control of the chronic disease.
Are we going to see an epidemic 15, 20 years from now when these teenagers are addicted to nicotine and non-traditional tobacco products, or just the health effects of vaping 15 to 20 years from now? We don't know the answer to it, and it's somewhat frightening.
The Food and Drug Administration using more oversight now to protect kids by starting the process to ban menthol in cigarettes and limit sales of flavored e-cigarettes to youths. For parents, it can be hard to tell if your child is vaping because they can be odorless and are easy to hide.
A lot of the devices look like USB drives.
So Dr. Wyatt says there are 3 things to know. 1, if your child has a respiratory illness or condition like asthma, if they start using their inhaler or medication more, that could be an indication they are vaping. 2, another indicator?
Nicotine itself, if you're in withdrawal, can cause some agitation. And so if your kids seem more anxious, it's worth asking.
And 3, he says it is vital parents opt to leave the room at the pediatrician's office so kids can be honest about their exposure to smoke.
There's something about communicating with an adult who's not your parent that's very helpful for some teens. It happens in my own household. My kids will have a cough, and I'll talk to them about the cough, and they say, "Dad, you know, you don't know what you're talking about." And actually, it's what I do every day, but they're still my children. And so they actually get all their medical advice from their physician, not from me.
And we mentioned this last night, and we will again tonight. The Maine Tobacco Helpline is 1-800-207-1230.
All right, a few minutes ago we talked about the snow squalls that were coming, and obviously Keith talked about the frigid temperatures that are supposed to be coming, possibly some record setters that are going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's changing around some traditional games in the Pine Tree State, and that's where we find Chris Casa, who's live on the turf tonight. Hey, Chris.
Haley and Lindsay, yeah, not so bad right now. We did see kind of a gust, some flurries come through here a couple of minutes ago during the second quarter. Right now, the second half about to start. Portland leading 31-0 thanks to 4 touchdowns by Portland's Zach Elowich. It's been not so bad as far as really the conditions. Been a little bit gusty, a little bit windy, but that was the big concern about tomorrow. Those record-setting cold temperatures. They're worried about the players and the fans being out in those temperatures, which is why they pushed the game up to this afternoon, starting at 4 o'clock. In general, hasn't seemed to bother many people. Obviously, people are well bundled up. Hats, mittens, scarves, you name it. No concessions tonight, so they had asked people to bring their own hot chocolate and snacks and so on and so forth to make sure they stay warm. But they're hoping it's going to be warmer tonight than it will be tomorrow. The second half is about to get underway here. We'll show you what the people had to say about this time change.
I was kind of disappointed because we want to do it Turkey Day. You know what I mean? But the weather and everything. We talked to a guy earlier that said he played in 10 inches of snow, Brian Toppy. He said, I played in 10 inches when I was a senior.
Oh, this is going to be a fun rivalry, whether they play it tonight or tomorrow, so it's all good.
Well, a 107-year annual tradition. We talked to one man named Thomas Bohr. He's Portland High School class of, I believe, 1961 is what he told me. He said he's been coming to these games for 62 years. He says this is the first time that it's ever been pushed up to a Wednesday. He says he doesn't mind because he just wants to get a chance to see the game, and he figured that if it was actually on a different day, like a Friday or a Saturday, he might not get to see it. So he was glad for the time change to be pushed up. Lee and Lindsay will send it back to you, and fingers crossed, not too much snow before this game is able to get wrapped up.
All right, we'll try to keep Chris warm out there somehow. He's got the hat going, so that's good.
Good deal.
All right, coming up, this will make you warm and fuzzy as well. Pretty good story about how perseverance can absolutely pay off.
And also throughout the show tonight, the Now team's talking about what we're thankful for.
I'm thankful for my coworkers and pumpkin pie.
It's a simple, man. I like that. I'm thankful for a healthy and happy baby this year, a wife who keeps me in line, and the fact that every year Lee has another baby and I can keep making jokes about it. I'm thankful for that.
Everyone home baking up a storm today?
So,
cooking up a storm?
I need to tell you guys something.
Yeah.
For a while, when Now first, after Now launched, you guys couldn't see all the stories as they went on TV. So when the stories were airing on TV, you got stuck watching us kind of watch the stories.
Explaining our stories,
so there was some frustration at times about not being able to see the stories, but you got to see us. On this specific day, you really did want to see what was going on here while there was a story on the air. Because it was special.
It was really special.
It was a very special version of News Center Now where the Lindsay and Lee train was off the tracks. It wasn't, it was something.
Oh, so. And shocker, it has to do with this. I feel like this could be like our little sidekick.
Yeah, we need to name it.
This has to, you guys, help us name the prompter operators thing. What do you even call this? The prompter control?
The prompter gadget.
Okay, help us come up with a name for the prompter gadget, because this little thing right here, it was just not good. Lee was in a bad situation, I was in a bad situation. We basically got lost in our scripts, couldn't catch up. And
how about Prompty? No. How about
some things got moved around, but it was really funny because I knew in that moment that we were both just going to have to ditch the prompter and ad lib, and we did.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are all going to have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. Hopefully you don't have to work and you can just relax for a day and just enjoy whatever blessings you guys have in life. What's up, Jeffrey?
Oh, Tina's wondering if she missed the 3 things. It was closer to the top of the show, so if you caught the story, you got it. If not, I'll just reiterate real quick. 3 things for parents to look out for. If their child has asthma or another respiratory illness or condition, if they need their inhaler or medicine more than they used to, that could be a sign that they're vaping. Another thing is when you're withdrawing from nicotine, you can be agitated. So if your teen is more agitated than normal. And 3, leave the room when your kid's at the pediatrician's office so they can talk honestly.
So I'm thankful for the memories that I have with my grandparents since they're not here anymore. And I'm also thankful for rock and roll.
I am thankful that all of the people that I love in my life are happy and safe and healthy. And I am also thankful for the opportunity to be horizontal on Thanksgiving.
The Now team sharing what we're thankful for this Thanksgiving week. Of the holiday, of course, is tomorrow. Well, it's no secret that Maine, the entire country as well, facing a drug crisis.
Yeah, pretty big topic on our show. We talk about it a lot. Now, we also talk about the resources that are available to anybody who's in recovery. And our Samantha York found out that there's a pretty interesting spot. Sam?
Yeah, guys, so we've heard about the recovery and detox centers helping those who are trying to get sober back on their feet. But one Maine restaurant is taking that goal a step further and filling a critical need.
At Espo's Trattoria, they aren't just serving up hot Italian food.
Thanks for calling Espo's on Congress. This is Taylor.
But recipes for success. Giving people like Brad Skian, Taylor Matthews, and Anthony Alio not just a chance to hone their skills and earn a paycheck.
That gives my life purpose.
But a chance to start over.
I can't say, describe in words how, amazing this place is.
It's a chance to grow in the best of ways.
The 3 are all in recovery from drugs or alcohol. In fact, more than 90% of the staff at Espo's are, including the manager, Tom Leahy.
Everybody here kind of has a different story, but in a way, we're all the same. We all have an allergy, and we're all working to make ourselves better.
The idea came to Leahy earlier this year when he was working on getting sober himself. He says the restaurant industry has a long history of drug and alcohol abuse, and this is their chance to change that.
We can take this industry and use it for good, give positive experiences for the people that are trying to better themselves. These people are our employees, but they're also some of our best friends. And most of them, all of them, I consider family.
It's that family dynamic that allows them to hold each other accountable and keep them focused on their sobriety.
I'm always fearful of if somebody judging me, am I being accepted? Are they talking bad about me and stuff like that? And here we don't do that.
If one of us falls off, we're gonna be there to pick them back up,
Picking each other up and moving forward together. The main ingredients of their recovery.
I know I have a bunch of support and I can go to people for help and if I ever need anything. So it's given me also this job a good foundation for my recovery.
Now they say this time of year can be especially hard for those who are in recovery. So having that support system definitely makes a difference for them.
All right, Sam, thank you very much.
Cooking heals everything, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Give me some of that food,
and speaking
too.
of,
Espo's is so good. Okay, anyway, sorry, now I'm hungry.
Speaking of cooking, yeah.
Yeah, now we're cooking up a wicked awesome forecast coming up from Big Keith. Can't wait to see more of that.
Oh, roller coaster ride of temperatures also coming up. I am thankful for my pups, Tito and Lucy. That should come as no surprise to anybody watching this because I'm obsessed with them. I should just have a shirt that says, "Ask me about my dogs." I'm also very thankful for the kindness of strangers in Maine, especially the ones who return equipment that I've left behind to the station. You know who you are. Thank you very much.
I am thankful for this team. Took a pretty big chance after 26 years of only doing sports to join this Now team, and I couldn't be happier. We are a family, and I love everybody on this team, even Keith.
That kind of looked cool with that transition.
Yeah.
Good job, Bill.
I think we're monitoring.
We are.
At the moons.
Can't wait to see this story.
Are you really looking forward to it? Hey, Melissa, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Enjoy. Dale, you as well.
Snowing wicked hot in Booth Bay, says John.
John says it's snowing.
Oh, thanks, Melissa. You guys are so sweet with the well wishes. We hope everybody has a nice, cozy Thanksgiving, too.
It is. It's very surprising.
You've got the first half. I've got the second half.
Okay.
And then back at the desk, I've got a tag.
Okay. Oh, man. Ooh.
Story coming up, guys.
I don't think he heard.
Do you need me?
Lee, Ann's going to run prompter this segment for us.
Because I don't have to do anything until the peacock thing. You know
Oh.
what I mean? So
Yeah, Ann.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. He wants a
Oh, wait,
handheld
Ann,
shot
never
of the
mind.
monitors.
Never mind, sorry.
Anyway, this story coming up is about a young woman from Sanford who had a pretty tragic accident back when she was a teenager. And
sorry,
her
Ann.
best friend
I
at
like the
time
way you
is
think,
still
though.
Her best friend now, 19 years later, and her sister.
That was
and,
awesome.
you just wanna
Thank you.
watch.
I appreciate it.
It's a definite night before Thanksgiving story.
It is. Yes.
Thank you for the offer, though. So close.
I know. I like the way she thinks.
This one
Thanks,
isn't
Ann.
bad, though. This one is fine.
Yeah. Sweet. Can you see it just in case?
Yeah, it's fine. I wrote it. I don't mind messing up if I already know what it is.
Yeah. What a nightmare for traveling for people today.
Well, especially when it comes in pockets. So it's not like if you just all of a sudden it's beautiful and then all of a sudden you can't see.
Right.
Because it's like a whiteout. So.
Miserable. I've had to pull over before driving in Holden. Can't see anything. Thanksgiving is a holiday when people traditionally take time to give thanks for the things in their lives they are happy about.
And those things can be people like friends or family or co-workers, obviously. Or you could also be thankful for an opportunity, like the Sanford woman you're about to meet. It was July of 1999 when then 16-year-old Kristen Johnson was in a car accident, a bad one. While she laid in a hospital bed, her younger sister was told about the prognosis.
I didn't understand fully at the moment. It was more like I thought just like her legs were broken. But then, you know, my parents had told me, you know, that she was never going to walk again. So,
a spinal cord injury left Kristen paralyzed. She was told she'd never walk again. News that would crush most. But not Kristen.
Never a poor me moment. Never. You never ever got that from her. It was from the beginning, I've got this, life is going to continue.
Kristen went on to graduate from Sanford High School, then UMaine, and then settled into the real world. She has 2 children and was more than happy rocking the mom life. Recently, a friend of Kristen's told her about the Bridging Bionics Foundation. Kristen began chatting with the founder and executive director, Amanda Boxtel. After a short time of back and forth, Kristen's life was changed.
Amanda had emailed me and said that she wanted to gift me the entire experience to come out and try this new technology at Bridging Bionics with the exoskeleton, and it's helping people regain mobility and walking.
The three amigas, Kristen, Lauren, and Lisa, flew out to Colorado to give this new technology a try. The result?
Never in a million years would I have dreamed, though, that I went there, and after 19 years to have movement in my legs and my feet.
Kristen walked.
When I stood up, I just almost like instinctively took a step, because we were just going to stand there like I did a couple days before, just to weight bear with nothing, no braces, and then it was like my body was like, nope, girl, we're doing this. So I was like, okay.
Other than having my son, it was my proudest moment. I mean, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't have rather been a part of.
She never stopped, and she just kept looking forward, and she instantly changed. Like instantly, just her self-worth, her confidence just went even higher.
Kristen's back in Maine now, and with a new focus on what could someday be. There is work to do, a lot of it, but that's not something she's ever been afraid of.
I feel like a whole new person. Like, not that my life before was great, and I could, I made it happen, but now that it's changed, like, everything. If I can even just show my boys too, like, don't ever give up. We all have broken pieces, and it depends on what you do with those broken pieces. You can put them back together and make a masterpiece, or you can let them fall apart. It's amazing what you can do when you have people that believe in you.
Now, Kristen's friends and family will be holding an event for her in December to try and raise money for her to have some of that equipment that will help her walk. You can learn much more about Kristen's Journey to Walk fundraiser. Just click on her story, which is sitting on our website. So that story was unbelievable to do. So Kristen cried, Lisa cried, Lauren cried, and Lee cried. So it was really fun to have the four of us sitting there crying. It was a good time. So
happy cry is good.
Yeah, happy cry is good.
It's amazing the things you take for granted sometimes,
Yep,
you know?
absolutely.
You see stories like that.
Well, in the meantime, I don't know how happy
granted.
we are about what's going on outside. Man, it's just been like, my plow guy texted me. He's like, I feel like it's been snowing for a week.
Is he saying jackpot? Is he making lots of money?
No, because, well, I thought that. That's what I said to him. And he said, well, actually, I missed like 100 fall cleanups that I'm not going to get paid for. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can't get out there and do that. But we've got some more snow showers, and some of these are squalls out there across the state. This was a snow squall warning. They dropped it. And the reason for that is it's still pretty intense going into Waldoboro here, but this is a rain snow line issue, as you can see. So it's having a hard time sticking over the mid-coast. And as a result of that, they've dropped the warning. But still some good bands in here just south of Jefferson as well. And Union seeing some of that activity. Widen the picture out. There's more to the north up towards Rockland and extreme parts of down East Maine. They've broken up in most spots across central New Hampshire and the mountains, and they're falling apart across York County as well. Here's the northern part of it. These are not squalls. These are more snow showers. That's what's been going on in Bangor as well. Relatively light stuff that is sticking a bit on the roadways. So there's the last of that line. What produces these snow squalls is a convective action. So it's a front coming through, an air mass change, and that's what happened. Unfortunately, the air mass change is Arctic. So tonight we drop into the single digits and teens everywhere. Tomorrow, as has been well advertised for about a week now, is going to be record cold for Thanksgiving. Staying in the teens statewide, maybe someone will get lucky and hit 20, but that's about it. And it's also going to be a little breezy to start the day. Very, very cold tomorrow night. Single digits below zero into the mountains and across northern Maine. Friday's a little bit better in the upper 20s, and then Saturday is your best day, around 40 degrees and partly cloudy. So here are your forecast highs tomorrow. Again, not great. Teens, single digits, and then your overnight lows are below zero in a lot of spots. And after a nice day Saturday, looks like we're looking at cold rain on Sunday with a little mountain mixing of snow through the day on Sunday. Not a good looking day. Monday starts okay. Here comes another storm. This one looks like a mix inland, perhaps rain along the coastline. I'm not ready to rule out the possibility of more snow though on Monday night and into Tuesday. That's the kind of pattern that we're in. And no, it's not your imagination. We are way above average here. 14 inches in Portland, our average is 0.7. So those bars are obviously not to scale. 12.6 averages 0.8, and Caribou coming in at 25.6, but they do average about 7 this time of the year. So Friday improves. Saturday is the best day. That wind icon should not be there, or we'll get rid of it. Rain and mix on Sunday, and then clouds thick and watching another storm on Tuesday. My feeling is that it will be coastal rain on Tuesday, but given the pattern that we're in, I'm just going to put watching for now, because it seems like everything has wanted to be colder than you would think first looking at it.
Just not wanted by me.
Right.
Right.
Mother Nature wants it to be colder. Nobody else does.
She's got way more pull than I do.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Keith.
Appreciate it. All right, before brain drops, we will have our final Thanksgiving messages from the boys in the booth.
Thanksgiving is all about family, and I'm certainly thankful for my 2 healthy, successful boys and my wife that delivered them to me. But most of all, family away from family.
Couldn't agree more. I'm really happy to be on this team. I'm thankful for everyone who helps each other out even on those really tough days, and to be close to my family on Thanksgiving this year. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
We had some fun with us
Maradona,
today.
the last I saw was 31 for Portland and 0 for Deering. That is the
Oh my God, you
last
guys,
score
the
that I
dog
saw,
show is
though.
this weekend. You can't tell me you're not
Stop,
excited.
I'm really not.
Hey, who's going to be watching the Goldberg family get their Thanksgiving ready tomorrow morning on Facebook Live?
Coming up about
What
12
time?
and a half hours from now.
What time? I can't do math.
About 6 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Ish.
I'll
I
be
actually
there.
have to check the weight of the turkey. I'm not sure how
I'll
long
be
this
on the
one's gonna
Facebook
cook
Live.
for.
I'll be watching.
Me?
Whoever's in there, he needs to choose
No. No, I was talking to Lindsay.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Da, da, da.
What do we got tonight there, Casey? Anything good?
We got 2 sound bites.
Yeah, we actually got sound bites in this one.
I know, I'm so pumped.
Oh, do we have to talk on this one? Is this all self-contained?
There's some talking.
It's 2 songs in between stuff.
When are you coming back up?
They don't know the cues though, do they?
You'll just let them know.
I'm gonna make it obvious. Yeah.
Do you not come up until?
After the
Yeah.
It's all stainless.
Oh, after you
Yeah, pizza grease.
What's that?
It's
okay,
pizza
I'll see
grease.
you.
I can
I'll
hold
see
it,
you.
I don't mind. No, I don't know. It just looks like it, doesn't it? A greasy whiteboard. A very greasy whiteboard. Is your mom driving in the snow?
No, she's coming up tomorrow morning.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. You know how it is. It's not that far from Cambridge.
Yeah. Cambridge is one of the first municipalities to have ranked choice voting. Fun fact.
Try belly dancing every month.
What's that?
That's why I go belly dancing every month. I dance at the Middle East.
The Middle East. It's a good place to see live music.
The place has been around forever.
We have belly dancing every Sunday night if you're ever looking for something to do on a Sunday night.
I don't get to go to. Their apartment's not big enough.
Yes, I can.
I don't get to stay there very much anymore because it's just like a 2-bedroom.
And now with the baby, it's like.
Well, he has to stay in the room with us, of course.
Yeah.
Cambridge is a nice area that I like.
Yeah, it is.
He doesn't get his own room?
Yeah. Okay, no, I just wanted to, I'm going to make it really obvious when we're going to these slots, that's all, because I don't have any cues. I just want you guys to know that. Yep. Okay.
Your clothes look a little baggy tonight. You all right?
Better. We don't have any more messages? Okay,
No.
all right. Today's raindrops is a little different than normal. You remember Springer's Jewelers does this thing where if it snows 6 inches or more on Christmas, you get jewelry that you bought somewhere in the zone. I had to write it down. November 23rd through December 2nd. The reason I bring this up is, do you remember last year? What happened last year?
What controversy?
It was very, very close. Let's hear from Lily. Lily owns Springer's now, and this is what happened last year, if you don't remember.
We were using a third-party weather service that everybody in the industry who have done this promotion before have used them, but no one had come as close as us to hitting the mark of the required measurement. So through that, we realized that the information wasn't public enough for people to be watching and being updated on the information. So this year we've changed the measuring to go through NOAA, and actually the location that's closest to us just happens to be here in Portland.
Okay, so this is important because the problem last year was it snowed a good amount, almost 6 inches. They came in with 4.3, I think, officially. But it took, I believe, 4 or 5 days for it to come out. So now they're going to have the Jetport do it. And here's another reason that's good. Because the way the Jetport measures snow is going to be a little bit more generous than the rest of us. If you don't mind holding this board, Lindsay, thank you. So the way they do this officially is they put a white board out in a place where the snow drifts. White so that it doesn't absorb heat and melt the snow to begin with, okay? So it snows. And then they let it go for about 6 hours so. They stick their ruler and yardstick in, they measure it. Then they clear the board so it doesn't settle. Measure it again the next 6 hours. They add those together, up to 24 hours of adding. And so what that does is slightly inflate your totals, which would give you a better chance of getting there. And here's something that I learned. They actually want this to happen because they bought insurance. Check this out.
Policy is paid out regardless if it snows or not. It's the amount of purchases during the qualified time period, and we actually pay that to the insurance company well before Christmas Day. So coming up to Christmas, we're all excited and hoping that it snows because we want our clients to get a rebate on their purchases.
Yeah, so they don't risk their whole business. Jordan's Furniture does the same thing.
Sure. With the Red Sox, yeah.
Here's a limit, though, just for you guys, so Clay knows, so you know, for Karen. You can only spend $10,000.
Oh, what?
On a yeah, I know.
I was going so much higher this year.
Yeah, so that's the max that you can do. But I thought it was interesting because I trolled them pretty hard last year about this whole thing, and I think it's good, the transparency. They're going with the Jetport, and so that way everyone will know if it does happen to snow what it ends up.
I just gave up my entire Christmas gift. Thanks a lot.
Oh, sorry.
You shouldn't
the
have
$10,000 tennis necklace.
Sorry. Goodbye.
This looks dangerous. News Center made at 5:30.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Starts now.
Coming up next on News Center Maine.
We really feel the urgency.
A judge orders the governor to travel weekend, and a big snowfall means everyone is